you actually do still have with the Kayo and the fragment as well. So there's multiple possibilities here for kind of isolating engagements here, or at least finding these. I mean, the set piece is the best way to describe it, right? We had a taste of it yesterday, seeing an opener, but here actually ardiis will find Derke as the opener. Get this round off.
The swing off the back of that could have been quite nice, but didn't quite get what they wanted. Actually get sent packing by, I think it was Angel, who was more than prepared for that swing on main. I'm going to take their attention over towards short, where Boaster's waiting with a frenzy. Now that's a little bit of a problem, because this is prime territory, and that flash was far from primed. And you're right, the trail gives it all away.
So again, closing down that kill perfectly. But Fnatic bringing it to a 2v3, and considering how this started, definitely doable here. They've done the hard work.
Well, Enzo's going to have to put the hours in now.
Bring them down.
Here's another Prowler. At least going to force a little bit of information to come out on the site itself, force Zyppan back further. Mistic going to take a little bit more space, tap on the spike itself, and probably a swing towards short. Now he's actually on SUYGETSU, but it forces a trade out from Zyppan, who is very well prepared. So not a bad first round here for FPX. And
now bringing a Ghost and a Classic into this. Obviously ardiis has the Headhunter, but again, a tapered purchase here. I'm not sure why Angel would come into this with 2,600.
Yeah, I've got questions, some of which I may not find an answer to, and Boaster absolutely unaware and just softened.
Spike planted.
And this Fnatic looking to do as much damage as possible. Now, Zyppan has actually just popped off, found two comfortably. And Enzo well a mile away.
In Narnia, yeah. Still trying to take this engagement with ardiis over towards B main. The trap, going to keep him tucked in here. Will be spotted nice and early.
Nice.
ardiis closes things out. 4 survives, so again, you can write off. They close this out. This is actually a massive lead in terms of the finances early on.
Would be quite substantial. Now, I do want to see how Boaster fares here. Oh, he's cooked. It was the one offset there that could have potentially really halted this, but Angel just going to power through. You could see the attention to detail, trying to deal with the doorway, and almost deal with the short attention early, and actually caught through the smoke as well. ardiis comfortably finding Mistic, and this is a tragedy for Fnatic, looking a little rusty in this regard, whereas FPX comfortable thus far. Let's see if there's any potential in this retake. Bear in mind, they do still have rifles, but plenty of upgrades now sitting with FPX as well, so they're not exactly under-equipped. Let's see if that Prowler's going to find much. It's just time. Yeah, and it looks like the rifles are more important, so it looks like a 3-play save coming into this, or coming out of this, should I say.
And that right there is the lead in terms of the finances. I was talking about potential for Angel to do a little bit of damage, but a Spectre at this range, it's optimistic. But look who's there for the backstab. ardiis is already back towards B main.
Oh, he could cost them so much. And Derke seems so unaware of the potential of someone being here.
Oh, he just misses it.
Oh, that's a shame. That could have been...
For the thoughts we look towards offsetting the purchase, but it's a piece. Looks like it might be repeated. Again, the utility perfect. Boaster this time around, the adjustment towards heaven will grant him a kill onto Angel, but elsewhere, yeah, ardiis has found Derke on the other side of the map toward B main. Winning out once again on the extremity here, and hasn't pulled an immediate rotation. Alfajer kind of drifting through spawn now.
This is where it gets tricky, isn't it? Because they've now had success on B, which does now force the response from Fnatic. They have to then dedicate maybe Alfajer a little closer towards that B site. You can see that information was the name of the game for Enzo, trying to find a little bit more of a fact finder through B main. Sees nothing, so it does at least allow for rotation, but by now you can see how close FPX are. Boaster already in trouble. The flash, super valuable. And again, short, they are being held up a little. Boaster still given chances. And there's support now here. FPX getting caught up on this cross, buying a couple of valuable seconds for Fnatic to get to the right place. This 2v2 is all feasible now. The Prowler going to go and does at least catch SUYGETSU on the side, but the response in kind. Shao, so prepared for this. Enzo up on top. Looking for these two players. He knows where they are now. He has to find them. The spray transfer. I thought maybe he plays a little later, and if they have tried to push out, you've had, ardiis on the other side. The protocol list for Fnatic might have to be adjusted slightly. as already Alfajer is going for an exploratory mission down middle, which is probably the right call at this point. We just have to wait and see if FPX's default can catch this and what the plan may be. And Shao starting to address the problems that could be presented. And the Prowler doesn't find Alfajer. So again, he has gone unnoted. And how long does he wait? Squats 1 waits. Squats 2, he waits and he delivers.
Spike down mid.
That's huge impact already. And now Shao starting to sweat a little here. Tagged up as well. And that's the problem. Alfajer, this guy's a monster.
No way.
He's doing it all himself. I said they had to address the problem.
No.
They've got to address this, man.
Way.
He's unbelievable.
War danger behind double box, but beautifully done from Alfajer.
But now FPX do need to kind of keep the mind's eye towards middle, because I feel like Fnatic's answer is now to apply a bit more pressure towards it. It was one of the unaddressed areas, and there was a bit of a brawl on this, but FPX still went out with the effective trade at the end.
And the
Boaster
Raze
going down and Derke going down, and you're right, the rest is there and available. Now Alfajer, you made a huge impact before, you're not going to get it this time. SUYGETSU puts him to bed, leaving just Enzo alive, and that wall's going to deny the vast majority of what he wants. Going to take ardiis with him, but the final 3, not going to be so easy.
No res is safe on ASCENT when everything is paper thin.
Spike planted.
Enzo punishing
I love
that one.
caster.
Oh, yeah. Big Clinton fanboy.
Aren't we all?
Enzo, though, the 1v3. The first will fall. Zyppan.
Well, don't give him individual fights.
Yeah, a little overzealous with that one, to be honest, but the door will close now. Get a comfortable setup on site. Enzo, 55 HP.
I got a bit nervous, Mike.
Yeah, for a moment there. They want to achieve here, whether or not it's to repeat the same sort of opening engagement success, because, I mean, initially here, I mean, numerically, it's not reflected in MAP2. And FPX looking to, I mean, satisfy both sides of the coin. Here again, we have a very, very aggressive push towards mid. No real secrets about it. Desperately trying to find something with the tour de force there is ardiis. Fnatic actually, I mean, they're tempered initially here and will be rewarded with the first blood.
FPX being halted on this push through market. While Derke still has this space, it can create a nasty little crossfire in the push out. So Shao will eventually need to really work on trying to remove him if they do want to continue on this pathway. Looks like it's going to be smoked in as well, almost baited in. Enzo going to unleash. This is gorgeous. This is exactly why Fade is a real fiend in these rounds. It can be such a problem.
Decent buffer in terms of the finances as well. FPX down to what will be a scrappy next purchase, if they decide to, but a decent round lead. And really the emphasis shifts back towards Fnatic now. Like I said, FPX looking to satisfy both sides of the coin here. This is a bit more bread and butter for FPX.
Yes. You're absolutely right. This is the sort of pacing you'd somewhat expect, right?
This is the sort of round you'd expect Fnatic now to at least try and get a better grasp on the pace of the game, where FPX want to slow things down.
Okay, so smoke goes in towards short. At least allow opportunity for Mistic here. There's the response, and there is the pop of the ult. So again, I want to see the kind of proof in the pudding. Prowler going to go in, and site is taken. So Fnatic having to respect the utility invested. There's not much you can really do about that. Then you have to play for the retake at this point.
I mean, the amount of time it lasts. I mean, Enzo actually does have the ultimate as well for the retake. Mistic as well. Those are 2 huge ultimates to consider here for the retake, and they both get invested.
There it is. How much damage to do? Not enough. Angel still going to catch 2 of them. Alfajer and Boaster go down. Mistic with the trade on towards him, but now they still need to find more facts out towards site. Mistic trying to clear towards hell, but there's so many other problems. Zyppan caught as well. Enzo's crossfire holds on this. Derke needed that shot, doesn't quite get it. It's the 3v2 making the 3v1. Enzo's down. And FPX with stand.
Wow, absolutely fumble it. I'll be honest, that Angel finds 2 freebies from box.
Yeah, the timing on his push-up was gorgeous.
Bad spotted him.
Whole lot of utility invested, and noting Derke is kind of big. Now, again, What do they want to do with that now? That information they found, maybe hit the brakes, fall back into a bit of a default, but they've also burnt a little bit of that utility on the way in.
Yeah, they have. It's a massive exchange, actually. I mean, you look toward Mistic and everything's grayed out.
Mm-hmm.
The other side of things, Zyppan's still got a flash to work with. They have that knife back online pretty soon. Angel did throw out the paranoia as well, so expecting FPX now to have to resort towards a more deathball-y entry, which you can see on the X-ray. That seems to be the intention. Angel actually going to split through from short, so Derke will be called upon once again. And no TP now for him with Zyppan popping his ult.
Well, let's see if they get anything here. It's going to be Derke who might swing through the smoke. Let's see what the timing's like on this. And there it is. Derke does push the smoke. And he finds one, but both with the timing on the push out as well. Mystic's going to capitalize towards Shao. And you said it, without utility, this hit was going to be pretty difficult. But they still have two standing, two on their feet to get to an Angel. And Angel's dipped towards the side. He's got a chance on this. Slips through the net, but now there's a problem. He has to try and find more here. A 2v2. Both players tucked in towards heaven. They've got the spike back to hand. 10 seconds now to get that plant down. Angel has to hold this. He has to keep his teammates safe. Prowler gonna go in, force him back towards hell. Does allow SUYGETSU some time to swing, but you can see already Alfajer desperate to try and get in there, but it's Enzo. The spacing was good. The positioning was decent enough for Enzo to be able to get that trade.
I mean, the spacing was great, but they both took separate 1v1s there. Enzo actually comes out, wins his. Alfajer's, I guess, created enough to. Again, you can't really ever write him out. He's been well handled. It's not really been down to him whipping or you know, playing poorly here.
No, I feel as though you're watching someone who's, you know, you're almost marking a man, right? Like he's just...
A fair play to ardiis in that regard, honestly.
Absolutely. And it has been really tempering that information game that they like to play. They've forced him into maybe that next layer of the play because Derke has now had to become a little bit more mobile, maybe readdressing towards short. It's not necessarily a bad thing either if he was, you know, does want to start roaming the map a bit more. He does have, I believe, the Tour de Force out in this round. So again, it's not necessarily a bad look. Now we've seen that early contact towards B and then the lean up short, which is something we saw before. We saw Boaster handle it a couple of times, but now it's going to be Derke. They do have some mid presence. The Prowler's just been invested over towards B main. Doesn't know anything. So again, going to add a little bit more solidarity to the hold, but already they're going to force Derke away, take short control. So FPX removing so much of that early vision, that slightly deeper vision the Fnatic would have had.
It's all a pump though.
It is. It's a double pump.
On the back of that, ardiis has got himself tucked into a deadly position in towards Pizza.
So nice.
To get it with the wall up. Again, almost a throwback here, but both players for Fnatic tucked into backside. That fragment is going to force one player out, and actually Shao going to punish.
Certainly does. Alfajer still here, though, still standing and still fragging, at least for one.
Shao,
didn't get much more, and Shao's right there. Fnatic struggling to handle this for now. You're going to have Mistic puck towards CT and Boaster trying to work it back in through middle, but we already know that the player had held that mid position for a while now, and it is ardiis. So Mistic, 50 HP and a bit of a dream at this point to try and remove these players. But again, I've got to talk about the start of this round because that was beautiful.
Right? Fnatic bite. They take the bait.
Yep. Well, Derke go and walkabouts this time, and he does have a friend with him. Alfajer gonna go for maybe trying to catch the timing on this one, but it does seem as though there's a level of awareness on the other side. Yeah, definitely now. And Derke again. This ardiis v Derke fight is going ardiis' way. Alfajer, stunning aim, please, towards Angel. But again, the out, I guess, gunning, when you look at the purchase, is in effect.
Enzo, I feel like Enzo hit about 10 shots with a classic there. It's very rare you don't see somebody get a kill from that scenario. The door is closed on Boaster. We'll get himself an upgrade, but in this scenario, the 1v4 should just opt to try and find some damage. And FPX taking all this space already, they can almost anticipate exactly where Boaster's going to be coming from. It's going to be difficult for him to really get anything done. Expect FPX to stack up, as you can see on the minimap. They're doing just so. They really, really want to play damage control here. I don't even think he's going to be given one.
No. By process of elimination, they seem all too aware, and they're still being quite reserved on the exit too. I like they've kept Zyppan around just long enough as well to make sure that there's no potential danger. And you're absolutely right. They're going to be keeping these rifles unless Boaster does something near on impossible at this point, as he looks like he's backing away to their spawn as well. But Scoreline-wise, FPX coming out on this map and looking quite robust. Now, of course, it's not
FPX. It would be the strength in default, right? They've actually looked a lot better with some of these set pieces that are stacked up. They're fully invested. It's 4, potentially 5 people behind it.
Fnatic trying to go back to that mid pressure. FPX all got aware. And ardiis again finds Boaster.
Just can't find Angel though.
No.
Zyppan.
And again, these mid fights, they're still working out for FPX.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's just death bally. There's so many bodies here. And maximum is going to be, what, 2 people on the side of Fnatic contesting mid. FPX putting their numbers to work.
Ready.
In fact, they've been able to do that. Well, we've been seeing that someone like, you know, Derke has been trying to find loopholes in this ways to poke through, and the timing doesn't work out. Does he even catch a pixel?
This mid setup is disgusting as well. There's one tucked in behind a refrigerator, one to sub Rosa.
Oh, the flash is great. Oh, the bailout, though. Enzo just about gets there in time. The post of the ult comes out. And actually, there's a fight on this. So now we've got Shao and ardiis, maybe a little baffled, but the double stack on short working perfectly for Fnatic here. Spike is down in middle, and that's probably the biggest issue.
30 seconds left.
Alfajer will be revealed with that. Actually, can't close out that kill. Yeah, they can't actually remove that kill with Derke. And Enzo still applying a little bit of pressure. The cross is difficult.
They've got the spike. They've got 13 seconds. Alfajer just needs to hold this.
Look away,
reposition. That's all he's got to do. And now the Prowler.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is great. This is everything you'd want. Alfajer, great reposition, good patience. Didn't go to.
Fairly terrifying prospect. I mean, the comp for FPX, there is a lot of stall, right? You obviously have ardiis trapped. The smokes from Angel. Expect him to be playing off some one-ways, and SUYGETSU with that wall.
Proactive. Look at what FPX are doing.
Yeah, they've walled off B main. It's a triddle.
Crunch.
It's a triddle.
It's a straight up triddle. Triple middle, ardiis holding it and just setting up the others. But it felt like Boaster was aware of the chance. He slipped back to that nice little headshot position. Calls out that there's some naughtiness afoot. Zyppan does find Mistic. And the spike is now down, but certainly not lost. Well within arm's reach. But the early destruct just coming out purely at this point from FPX is a problem. Now they have to work back in the site. They have little to no information on it, and they're just going to have to go for it. Derke going to lead his way in. Alfajer is on to find Angel, and actually Fnatic death falling their way forward. This is working out.
Going to try and flash through here. If ardiis can swing at the same time, but he's punished. Derke and Alfajer find one. SUYGETSU, last one. The paint shell posted in. Good for the first and the second, actually. For Fnatic.
The pace towards B, but it wasn't like FPX weren't on that site. It wasn't an easy site take. There were 3 players of them already pulled back away from middle. So, yeah, very well done for Fnatic for turning that one around. Now, only exchange of information, but to what extent? FPX going to have to work with whatever they're given at this point. They do have a couple of upgraded pistols, but it's not a great deal. Bit of light armor for ardiis. On the other side for Fnatic, you can see the Bulldogs coming out, the Spectres. Any unique plays? I'm looking at ardiis here. Little jump peek. Respects it and understands there could be someone else swinging off the back of that. There looks like there was potentially off. Oh, the shot from Zyppan. It's a stunner. Catches Boaster completely unawares.
Removes the smokes.
When you're on the money, yeah, this becomes a little bit harder to hit, but you can see Derke trying to find the timing on this, but there is still 2 players on site, and there's a shorty. Say hello to his little friend. Gonna find Derke. And they've just chipped away at Fnatic. Like, you've got 3 standing, yeah, they're better equipped, but by numbers alone, and speaking of numbers, 30 seconds on the board, Mike, they're running out of time.
Yeah, look at where Angel's got to as well.
30 seconds.
Got himself all the way out into A lobby. Fnatic have to
he's gonna hear
scramble
all of
to
this.
get through.
Oh, good damage. You'll put your life on the line for that. That's not bad. Chip damage as well.
And they're both about 50 HP here.
And the cross, you're right, it's Angel who's going to be such an issue. If he just wants to step out a little bit deeper, denies the plant.
Spike down
And
A.
yeah, fake music. It's Angel playing in the song, and FPX.
But no even allowance to be diligent there. Great bait from SUYGETSU as well, by the way. Just to play in Shao with the shorty. It's almost punished by Derke there, but even if SUYGETSU falls, you still expect Shao to be rewarded on the back of that.
No, you're right. Nice little synergy between the two. Peak comes out, wall goes up. And really, Fnatic working with far less than they'd want. ardiis here, going to get a shoulder shown.
Spike down mid.
Sticks around for only one, a little bit of chip damage to follow as well. The tag's going to come out in middle, but it's not masses. Flash towards market. Not going to find anyone, but it'll at least allow them to cross. And you can see FPX sitting a little deeper here, making Fnatic work for their dinner.
I guess you forced off the angle, though. That's it. I think the Prowler just caught him as well.
They've definitely closed the gap, but again, it's going to be difficult with classics and odds and ends. If this was a bit more bite to the round, I'd have been on board, but worrying. But we do at least have the rifle round for Fnatic, so for them, they can put up a little bit of a more challenging fight. But FPX look pretty comfortable so far, I'd say.
They do, and I think able to achieve a little more in terms of the early round here on defense than Fnatic were. Whether or not it's just fortuitous the way it plays out, but I'm particularly seeing Angel work off some of these one-way smokes just to slow things down. And Fnatic almost committing more to a more traditional default setup here makes it, you know, it's a 1v1 on one extremity, potentially a 2v2 in mid as we're seeing here. Feels a lot less invested than FPX were. FPX, I guess, not initially punishing this. They're happy to sit a little deeper and almost in anticipation of burning up some of this util, maybe.
I feel as though the reads come in because I'm seeing Shao hit that rotation towards short.
Derke might have the god timing, though, here. He's ahead of the one-way.
Oh, he absolutely is. Angel, unawares, surely has to pay it some sort of credence now, but Derke with a great punish for the trade-outs effective. FPX still holding numbers, and Angel still holding main. Enzo desperate to trade out, but Shao's not allowing it. FPX put their foot down on this round. I don't know what Boaster can do now.
Good for the first, but 3 survive. FPX is looking... The ping's coming through. SUYGETSU here to deny the orb. This is going to prevent Derke from getting it online. And on the other side of things, this ardiis posted with an ops, and neither of these orbs actually achievable for Fnatic.
FPX looking brutal in what they want to do to them. Deny any opportunity. Spam on the wall as well. SUYGETSU doesn't want to allow any of it.
That's cheesy. By the way, the positioning of the wall and just going for, as soon as the knife audio cue comes through, going for the wall bang.
And there it is. Ooh, ardiis actually not going to find the shot. So I guess they've achieved one part of the problem.
Does Derke get the orb off this? I mean, this could be a huge swing factor for this round.
It could be.
Cover going out.
Doesn't look like that's the case.
Not sure why.
No, I mean neither. But at this point, Fnatic have a little to work with. They spent the vast majority of the round trying to deal with that, you know, extremity fight, potentially get some of these orbs going, and well, they've just kind of ignored it once they garnered that potential. FPX fought for that. You could see it was tailor-made to keep control of it. They had to eventually back away, but ardiis double check. Oh, Enzo, that's the shot, but it's all really feeling like it's for nothing. Pads out the stats a little bit, but it doesn't matter. It's 12.
FPX on 12 rounds.
And I don't think Fnatic have had a real answer yet.
Derke didn't buy armor and bought a Spectre. And he's popped the Tour de Force.
Bring them down.
It's not.
Any thoughts?
Head empty, no thoughts, actually, Mike.
Okay.
That's not bad, though.
I guess they just know they're winning this round, right?
Yeah, they're like,
yep.
Don't worry, Derke. We'll let the rest do the work. Derke's 1 HP at the moment.
Watch him find 3 kills.
Of course. Back up to his 6 HP now, don't worry. I'm gonna bait that res.
From strength to strength. Oh well, Derke's down.
Oh, he's dead. And now Shao and Zyppan up against Boaster, Alfajer, and Enzo. Now, looking at progress-wise, I want to see if Zyppan can cut this rotation off. If they try and dip through middle, he has the dirtiest little off angle. Alfajer better check this or he's dead. Doesn't even predict it.
Look who's in spawn, though.
Deeper. Yeah. I mean, Enzo at least took the safer route. That is one bonus, so he will be at least able to potentially get around to the site unscathed. And Boaster waiting. Has to secure this, though. Has to keep this safe. And it is for now. Perhaps a spike, no one's taken the bait. The secondary plant.
This is an early pop there. Whether or not the ultimate would be better used here with, especially with an Odin
Spike planted.
coming back in on the retake here, but
Remaining.
Zyppan finds it. He comes through 4 on the round for him, Lauren. They're going to close this out.
I'm going to be honest, this has been a little bit underwhelming as a map 2. Maybe kind of pulling back into the fact that Fnatic are working